A feminist tried to file a false report against a taxi driver and it all ended very badly for her.
If you won't take me, I'll call the police and report you for harassment.
Free ride or are you going to jail?
Let's see when we get to the destination. I just want to tell you that I'm not going to pay for the ride, okay? What? So you can keep it in mind for next time, please.
You have it in cash, ma'am. You have to pay for it.
But I know you can put it there to add it.
No, ma'am, that can't be added anymore. Honestly, you do have to pay me in cash because I really need the money to put gas in the car. You pay me the 70-something pesos it showed you, and that's what you owe.
Well, I'm not going to do it, and you can do whatever you want.
Well, I'm not going to do it and you can do whatever you want. Just imagine, that's all.
If I can't finish the ride for you, miss, it's better not to.
You'll take me to my destination, which is why I requested the service.
No, but with that attitude, honestly, I can't take you anywhere because no, you're going to take me because you don't want to pay me for the ride, and still?
If you don't take me, I'll call the police and report you for harassment.
Just imagine this level of craziness, huh? If this happens, if we've gotten to this point, it's because they've been allowed to do whatever they want, because they can act with total impunity, because there are no consequences for their actions. Because they know that even if it ends up being proven that they made a false accusation, nothing will happen, there won't be any consequences for them. In fact, this woman is aware that this man is tied up. I mean, he can't do anything. Seriously, nothing. If this man is accused, most likely he will spend 1 or 2 days in jail, even if he can prove his innocence.
What is that how it is? Are you serious about what you're telling me?
That you're going to take me and I'm not going to pay you? I'm going to say one thing. You guys always lose. Because they're always going to believe the woman.
You guys always lose because they're always going to believe the woman. And this is a harsh reality of the world we live in.
Do whatever you have to do. You're not going to take her? Call the police. She said she was going to call the police. I think it's perfect that she calls the police. I have my recordings right there. Thank you.
That's perfect, actually. And I'm telling you right here, if any of you in the audience are watching me and you're an Uber driver or a taxi driver or something like that, please be very careful and always carry a camera with you. That's your best proof. That's your best evidence in any situation, in any problem. Don't think it won't happen to you. Don't think it will never happen. Please remember that a prepared man is worth two. Thank you.
I'm posting this on social media, ma'am. Please get off politely if you won't leave.
And well, he posted it, but just look at how he posted it, all blurred out. Unfortunately, we can't know who it is.
I'll post it on social media, ma'am.
I'm not going to get off. Hello, hello.
How are you today? Huh? Well, you can do it, right?
I'm in the Uber and the driver is harassing me.
The driver is harassing me. I mean, the woman is calling the police.
Please call the police so they can come and arrest him.
Thank you.
I don't know. I just asked him to take me and he didn't want to take me.
And suddenly she starts crying. Tears that are totally fake, made up, and obviously many men, when faced with these women's tears, fall for them completely. But well, luckily this man had cameras and the woman was completely recorded and exposed to the point that the video went viral on the internet. Look, a woman tried to blackmail a taxi driver. Free ride or you go to jail, which I already think is crazy in itself. But do you know what's the worst part of all? It's not the first time we've seen a case like this. It's not the first time. And listen, I just want you to think about the following. There have already been several recorded cases, several documented cases that have gone viral on social media. I ask you, how many cases? Aren't there some that we've never seen, that we never found out about? Maybe even the driver, the conductor, agreed to take the girl to her place? How many cases like that might there be? A lot. I can honestly guarantee you that there will be a lot of cases like these. That's why I insist, please, if any of you are drivers, chauffeurs, Uber, Didi, whatever, have security cameras. You never know. You're serving clients, you're in a private place, and anything can happen, anything can occur. Now we can see that they've also posted the video here. Look, a camera records a false accusation by a woman against a taxi driver to avoid paying for the ride. Unbelievable, guys. This is just complete madness. Here they tell us that false accusations don't exist. They say it's something made up by conservatives, of course. This is a very real problem we have nowadays. There are many feminists who say no, that there are no false accusations, that they're just 1%. Look, I've already told you that the problem with that argument is that it's false. It's that simple and straightforward. It's false. It doesn't make any sense. What feminists usually do is take all the accusations that have been reported as false and say, oh, there are no false accusations because the percentage is minimal. However, I want to clarify the following. For it to be proven that an accusation was false, the man has to file a countersuit, he has to take it to the limit, and usually that's not the case. Many times the man's reputation was damaged, his image was tarnished, and even his privacy was exposed. Therefore, many times the man is exhausted, he's tired, and he decides not to continue. Once he has already won the trial, once he has proven his innocence, the man decides to close this chapter and not continue with this nonsense. However, there's a problem here, and it's that this doesn't get recorded as a false accusation, because as I said, the man has to file a countersuit. And that's where the feminists latch on. However, I want you to think about the following. How many of the accusations made by feminists end up being dismissed? A lot of them, more than half. And why are they dismissed? Because many times they don't make sense, they're illogical, they're even incoherent. That's where the key is. That's why I'm convinced that the percentage of false or even fabricated accusations is enormous. In fact, let me remind you that just a year ago we had the hyper-viral case of Lady Uber. This woman also threatened a driver with sending him to jail with a false accusation if he didn't drive faster because according to her, she needed to get to work. Just imagine the level of craziness. And the woman was super arrogant, telling him, you're going to jail. I'll send you to prison for 10 years if you don't go faster. I mean, just imagine that. And I'm telling you, if they do this, it's because they know nothing will happen to them, because they know there won't be any consequences. I ask you, what happened with this woman? Supposedly, what she did was a serious crime, and this woman should have been sentenced to 8 years in prison. Was she imprisoned? Of course not. Her video did go viral, there was a lot of outrage, many people tried to dox her, sure that happened, but I ask you, is this woman in prison today? No, there were no consequences at all. And on the other hand, if this guy hadn't had a camera, he would have ended up in prison. Just imagine the brutal difference. What did she do? What? This one and also the one from today's video, it was something very serious. Making a false accusation, even if it didn't work out in the end, is something extremely serious. Because basically what these women were trying to do was ruin these men's lives, destroy their lives, send them to jail, ruin their job opportunities. I mean, almost destroy their families. That's what they would have caused if these men hadn't recorded them. It's something extremely serious. I think a false accusation is reason enough for jail and a very, very harsh sentence. And still, nothing ever happens. Do you realize that? Is that why they keep doing it? That's why these cases keep happening over and over again, because there are never any consequences. Unbelievable but true. So gentlemen, see you next time.